Good morning, everyone. I'm Wes Irwin, and this is the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill Morning Minutes, coming to you from 81 Speedway in Park City, Kansas, where it is race day for our World of Outlaws Not Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. And we did the overnight trip. Well, I did the overnight trip last night, and it was probably about a 4-hour drive. I was hauling the mail, so I actually had the wind in my favor, I believe. So, yes, I'm inside Big Blue right now because it is, yes, a little windy out there. But I have, according to the weather apps that I've been watching, because I know some people are concerned about the wind and rain and everything else that everybody worries about, which they shouldn't. It shows this stuff laying down pretty decent come around lunchtime, 1 o'clock. So we're not racing at 1 o'clock. We are racing at 7 o'clock. So I think we're going to be just fine. I don't see any rain on my weather app, so I don't know what other people were looking at, but I'm an optimistic person, and we're batting 1,000, 13 races in, and we'll get this one in. I guarantee it. Now I think it's supposed to be close to 80 degrees. I might have looked at that wrong because I'm a little tired. I'm on about an hour and a half of sleep today. I couldn't sleep when I got here. It was really windy when I got here, so the rocking and the noises, and I thought, man, shit's flying apart out here. But it's always windy here. I mean, this is part of the country in springtime. You got wind, and that's part of the game. So again, everything I'm looking at looks good. I hope the same thing you're looking at is what I'm looking at. And I hope to see you here. I'm excited about being here at 81 Speedway. John Allen here and his staff are great people. I see he's got the gates open. I'll probably pull this thing in here soon. Get set up in the midway. It's a tight midway. We'll make it work, though. And we'll have some fun. And hopefully you'll come down and see us at the official greatest store on dirt. And get an almost famous Suvi selfie and buy some merchandise. I will tell you, though, I am very, and it's like this every year, I'm very, very sick of the wind. We've been in wind for like a month straight, and I guess it's better than rain. Typically we have some rain outs, and we see some rain along the way. I've hardly seen any rain this spring, to be honest with you. It's kind of crazy. Again, I think we're 13 races in. 13, we're going on 14 today, but just nuts. But I am sick of the wind. It makes it very hard to work in. Shit blowing around, you're trying to set things up. I mean, driving down the highway, everything about it just kind of sucks. And again, it is part of what it is. But I'm ready to get out of that stuff for sure. After we leave here tonight, I think I'm going to go down to Port City Raceway, Shane Stewart's track, and camp there for the week before we head to Arrowhead Speedway. I don't know much about Arrowhead Speedway's area. That's a new territory for me, but it doesn't seem like there's much around there. So Tulsa's got a lot to do, and we're not too far from Arrowhead Speedway. So anybody got some great ideas for Tulsa, as long as we can get some wheels, and I mean me and Dennis Gregg from Bill Baylog, I think he's going to park there as well. We did last year around this time, and Shane, class act all the way. We're looking forward to seeing the Stewarts. And I owe him a video. We tried to do a video last time I was there, so hopefully we can get one in. Maybe one of our Now You Knows. I don't know if you scrolled back. I was telling a lot of people last night, a lot of people are like, man, I really like your morning minutes. That's not all I do, guys. I just want you to know that now that racing season's back in, there are more things I'm popping up there on the Facebook page. You just got to come back and look at it. Become a top follower, because then you'll see my stuff a little more often. But the page is super growing right now. We got a growth spurt there while we were in Texas. So I think we got like 200 people over a week's time. So I hope it stays like that, because we're closing in on 30,000 on Facebook. So that's pretty monumental for me. I mean, well, they put like 30,000 people in the grandstands at Knoxville Nationals, and that's a lot of people. So that's a lot of good, dedicated race fans that are following my page, and I really appreciate you guys. So make sure you become a top follower and follow some of the other stuff I'm going to do this year. So we put a video up about some yard cart racing that I stumbled across through some friends down in Kennedale, and it was a pretty cool experience. And I did a little Now You Know video. That's what we call them. And talking to another coworker who's going to be helping me with some things. We're getting ready to do some other things once we get out of the wind and weather threats. I don't like starting something in the spring just because, you know, we could go weeks on end without racing. I mean, fortunately, that hasn't been the case this year. So, but I don't like to start anything until I kind of know we're moving along pretty good and we can get into a rhythm. You know, I always said like that when we're down this way, like the Texas fans are great. The Oklahoma fans are great, but I don't know if, I mean, they know who we are, but I don't know if they're invested into us like it is when we get up into Iowa and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and North Dakota, just because I think the folks up there are just so more used to seeing us a lot more often that they know who I am. But I was pretty amazed to see how many people that follow the page, they just weren't very they weren't forthcoming about it. So, but it's nice to know that we're gaining some folks down here because I feel like sprint car racing is a pretty big deal down here. Our car counts have been good, so not a bad spring, that's for sure. And some good racing for the most part. I thought last night's racing was pretty decent, and I don't know if you were watching over there at Lawton Speedway. It had been 4 years since we've been there, so I was glad to see we got that show in for them. Everybody seemed pretty excited. The place was packed. And good luck to them in 2025 with their racing season. So a great bunch of people over there, that great family. Most of you know who they are. But yeah, that's about it. So no sun today, though. I don't think the sun's going to pop out. It might come out for a little bit the way it looked on my my weather app. And I use the Weather Channel. I don't know what you guys use. I mean, that seems to be the one to use. But there's probably some other ones out there that you use. But again, looks good today, man. I'm really positive and I'm optimistic, and I see the wind laying down. It's not that bad out there. It's just a little gust here and there, but it's laying down around 12 o'clock, around lunchtime, 1 o'clock. Plenty of time before racing starts, and I don't see any rain in the forecast, so I don't know what people were talking about the other night, so maybe it's just changed or something like that. But yeah, looking forward to it. Let's get this race in. Let's have some fun here at 81 Speedway. It's a cool track, and the racing here is pretty decent too. So yeah, we'll just get myself together here and try to wake up a little bit. I'm on 2 cups of coffee. Maybe I better have a third. I don't know. What do you think? Also, a couple things I wanted to mention, and this is not a vent, and this is not I'm not scolding or anything like that, but I know when I started this page, I kind of put my personal life out there a little bit, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I knew that would be that way, but there's a few that are starting to get a little too close and personal for my likings. You know, I don't really want to discuss, I mean, the normal stuff, politics and, you know, religion and stuff like that. Obviously, nobody wants to discuss that really, unless you're in some kind of group to do that. But when people start worrying about my finances and, you know, my love life, that there's pretty personal. You guys don't need to worry about it. It makes me a little nervous sometimes because it seems to be some of the same guys all the time. So, you know, obviously, obviously they got some other agenda. But so, you know, if you guys could just, some of you, it's not all of you, believe me, it's hardly any of you. We could just tone it down on my personal life a little bit. I show you what I show you, and I'm not going to get too involved in my real personal stuff. That's a no-no. So again, not venting and not scolding. I just I had a couple recently because I just changed some things around. You hear me say something that's different on the Morning Minute. There's a reason. There's a reason for that. It's not what you think. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. Stay positive. Keep smiling. And please shake your groove thing. I wish I could take a nap, but I can't. Another cup of coffee coming up. Peace. I hope to see you here at 81 Speedway in Park City, Kansas.